cooling, we helped improve California infrastructure. The Gold Camp, which is 40,000 square feet, and I believe the largest state-owned data center in California, is state-of-the-art. And they were able to reduce cooling by 19%. They also had a great experience with using our tools because we really enhanced what they were able to see about what was going on in the data center. And then we also worked with a very small data center, 667 square feet in Los Angeles at Caltrans. And they saw a 64% reduction in their cooling. So the scale isn't just about square feet here. We can be of benefit to a great many data centers or large buildings that the state owns or that our customers have. For just this project, we created 11 jobs, including mine. These are jobs that are continuing because of our growth. About 6 were with UMAI, which is a manufacturing facility, and between both companies we had a mix of 4 or 5 highly skilled positions that are managerial, but then also many people who were skilled tradesmen or semi-skilled tradesmen. We leveraged the PEER grant highly. In this specific project, we got $250,000 from PEER and $960,000 from all other sources. So with another $50,000 that came from the Department of General Services and Office of Technology Services, the installations, just by what California put forward, are essentially paid for in a year. But that's not necessarily the typical payback because of how grants work. The CEC funding enabled us to buy materials, install, turn on our active controls. We did extensive measuring and validation of the energy savings. And we also provided technology transfer. It was important to us that we publicize how this technology works and help show what is possible. As you know, every minute of downtime in data centers costs money, and we ensure uptime through a great deal of innovation that is really unprecedented in the industry. This is a big win for anyone with data centers, but also for people like us who have data that is in the cloud and needs to be kept safe and available 24/7. While it's true that not all of our success can be attributed to PEER, it's equally true that we wouldn't have achieved what we did without PEER. We started as a consulting company, and because of the proof of concept and demonstration projects, we really turned that on its head to become a software and technology provider. I hope that you consider reauthorization of the PEER program. It was an amazing program that has helped us, and it created large opportunities for us and many companies like us.
Thank you. And of course, our ears always perk up when we hear 2-year payback periods for any demand reduction. So we really appreciate your participation. We do want to also now have time for public comment. So if folks want to just sort of line up in a little line from there and maybe use this mic, that would be helpful.
Ms. Evers, I wanted to thank you because it's really improved my holiday spirit, being able to go back to my district and tell my constituents that the Franchise Tax Board is a cool place to work.
Members Williams, Makowski, thank you so much for staying here and for holding this hearing, and for Ms. Skinner as well for holding this hearing. My name is Dan Culp with the Union of Concerned Scientists. Since it's late, I'll just want to share two research-based factoids that relate directly to what was presented as the key question of the reason of holding this hearing, is how the PGC funds have been spent that impact the economy and creation of potential jobs. So I want to just mention a couple of quick points on that. A few years back, an independent review panel found in its report evaluating the PEER program, the R&D program, and I'll quote, R&D leads to the development of innovative technologies that help to protect the environment while at the same time stimulating energy-related business activities. Overall, they found a net benefit. A second study more recently by a California independent think tank found that California ranks first in the nation for capturing the benefits of green technologies, and that state-level investments in R&D, specifically referring to the PEER program, played a causal role in the benefits that we received. So I think in the answer to the question that you posed at the beginning of the hearing, the answer is yes, there clearly is a net benefit in terms of the economy and jobs when it comes to the use of the PGC funds. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Next.
Good afternoon. Thank you. My name is Russ Lester. I'm the owner of Dixon Ridge Farms in Winters, California. And I want to talk on a few different levels. One is in regards to the programs that you're talking about today, the PGC, how that benefits farms, which in California are quite extensive and quite consumptive of energy, is, for example, in the agricultural pump testing program, which 20% of all the energy in California is used in pumping water. And so it's a critical thing that we do make sure that these pumps are efficient, and it is critical that this is continued to support for agriculture. The other thing we were able to utilize was the PEER program. We have a Biomax 50, which is renewable energy, uses walnut shells to produce gas and electricity and heat. We were we're the host site of about a $750,000 grant to bring one of these things. It's a cutting-edge technology. Since then, about 5 iterations that the company has come up with to actually make improvements due to the PEER grant that was established at our place. It is, like I said, cutting-edge renewable technology that will make energy available not only for everybody, but all farms and everything else are capable of doing. Extremely successful, and as a consequence, the company that actually manufactures this particular is moving into a BESCO model in California, and that will benefit all consumers and ratepayers in California as well as taxpayers. The other thing that we participated in is energy audits, and this is another function of the PGC program. It's beyond valuable because the third-party certification of how we can save energy is critical. It's not somebody trying to sell me something. It's PG&E actually doing an actual audit and telling me how I can improve my usage of electricity and other things. The other thing would be the lighting upgrade program that helps pay for part of the upgrades. We're talking about ROI as far as that one is concerned. The audit showed that a 9-month payback on the upgrades of our lights, extremely fast. Freezer upgrades, and this is a huge deal. I mean, this is about $40,000 to $50,000 a year savings of upgrades. Again, a payback on that of about 6 or 7 years. A little bit longer, but still, that's why this is important to do. Ag pump upgrades, again, ROI about 5 years, 4 to 5 years on those upgrades. This creates jobs. We have 6 construction workers on site right now, today, doing some of these upgrades. That's a critical important. It's a small amount, but nonetheless, every 6 jobs is great. It also creates an economic stimulus. These projects that we've done over the last 2 or 3 years are about $680,000 worth of projects, and obviously that stimulates the economy and construction. But it also saves a tremendous amount of electricity, like 500,000 kilowatts per year. $15,000 worth of propane and about $40,000 worth of diesel. And in addition to that, because of those, the pollution reduction that we all benefit from, something to the effect of 500,000 pounds of carbon reduction every year. The indirect value, of course, is millions, perhaps billions of dollars to the ratepayers and California taxpayers of California. Reduces fuel use and pollution, which obviously reduces our costs in health care. Reduces transmission lines needing to be constructed, which is billions in dollars. and reduces construction of new power plants. So I would ask that, as a consequence, all this increased taxes to the state of California, which of course benefits our budget issues. I think it's an extremely valuable program. It's, for me and for most ratepayers that participate in it, there's probably a 10-to-1 value as far as what every dollar that the program actually spends, we get at least $10 of value out of it. And I think for the ratepayers, it's even greater than that.
Thank you. You put a lot of information in a short amount of time, and personally, with the state's energy and fertilizer need, it's any bit of organic waste that's not being used for energy or for a fertilizer is, to me, a lost opportunity. So it's welcome to see some of that progress. Anyone else interested in public comment?
Thank you.
On an aside, I should congratulate you. Believe it or not, I actually read Ag Alert with this weekly publication, and I understand that all almonds and pistachios and walnuts had a fantastic year in 2011, so we're going to have lots and lots of almonds to eat.
Thank you.
Anyone else interested in public comment? Well, I just want to say that it has been a pleasure to be here, and I really appreciate all of you spending the time and bearing with a little bit over schedule for the entire hearing. I want to particularly thank my staff, the staff of my colleagues, and the staff of the Utilities and Commerce Committee for helping with preparation materials for the hearing, and for all the participants and their efforts to reduce demand and foster jobs in the state of California. Thank you.
And I'll just add, if people haven't provided written comments to the committee, we'll keep that open for a week or so if people want to add those comments.
We're adjourned.